hello everyone, and welcome back to another day on Acme Acres. I thought today would be a good one to show you what my normal morning routine is. As always, we've got coffee first because you have to, and then the cats need attention. My biggest cat that you just see here, she is so precious, and this is absolutely her favorite time of day. I have to get her out of the way of the bowl so that I can just dump it in there. I am a brush my teeth before my coffee person. I know that is not for everyone, but I definitely have to get the morning breath out of my mouth before I can actually fully enjoy my coffee. Let me know if you're this way too. I've seen people do it either way. I don't think either one is wrong, but for me, I cannot have coffee until I have brushed my teeth. Also, tongue scraper, best thing you will ever buy in your life. This is a plastic one. I've used metal ones in the past. When it starts to look grody, then I buy a new one. It has changed my life. Another thing that's changed my life is this Delta pull-down faucet in the bathroom. Use them in the kitchen. Why wouldn't you have one in the bathroom? It is amazing for cleaning these sinks. Highly recommend. So this is a new part of my routine. This is the Shark Cryo mask. So it is a red light LED mask, and it also has these little cooling pads under the eyes. And it uses that, the scientific term is escaping me, but Reinhard? No, that's a disease. It uses this scientific effect where if you heat one side of an item, it causes the other side to become cool. They do a really good job explaining it. I am not, obviously, but it like freezes underneath my eyeballs and it feels absolutely fantastic. So this has been a new thing for me. And I normally wear this while I'm getting ready. So that takes me about, I think it's like 6.5 minutes for this particular treatment. It's super fast, easy to put that into my routine. And then I just shove it back in the cupboard and on we go with the rest of the day. I normally only put a regular gel moisturizer on in the morning. SPF if I'm gonna be out and about doing gardening, things like that. But if I'm just inside, I will just use this one. It's from Naturium. And I think it's just called their gel moisturizer. I'm not sure. I like it because it comes with a pump. I am a sucker for convenience. And then my go-to eye cream, the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright something or other. I don't think I've really noticed a difference, but it definitely helps to keep the under eyes really good and moisturized. And since I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of crap, it is time for the SPF. This is one of the few that do not break me out. This is from Prequel. It is their mineral sunscreen, and it's really one of the only ones that I've ever found that don't break me out. So it's this one, and then Tula, the brand, they have one as well. And honestly, I like this one a little bit better. It's got less shimmer in it, but it still makes me look alive. And I just quickly brush my eyebrow hairs back up because they get smushed around when I'm rubbing everything all over my face. Put on a little chapstick and then we're good to go. By the time I've gotten ready, the coffee machine is finally heated up. I love this thing, but it does take quite a while to get to temperature, which is fine by me. I've learned how to incorporate this into my routine so that it is just happening while I'm doing other things. So I measure out my milk, I grind the beans, measure that all out, put some sugar in the bottom of a coffee cup, and then steam away. Now, I don't do latte art. My latte art consists of how quickly can I get this milk into the coffee and then the coffee into my body. So this is as good as we are going to get. And then I'll take that coffee with me and try to get a little bit of water and supplements into my system before the coffee. Sometimes this happens, sometimes this does not happen. But yeah, I try to chug some water, let that be the first thing that hits my stomach along with getting my supplements ready. And then I'm going to take my coffee into my library and spend a little time with God. Now, whatever your belief system, do not judge, don't care, but I do think that there is something to be said for spending some quiet time, even if it's just with yourself alone in the mornings, trying to really get my head right. I have a couple of different devotional books that I like to read through. They're all based on the date that it currently is in the calendar year. And it's just something that sets me up as good as I possibly can be for the day ahead. It really has helped me to reduce my anxiety. It helps me remember why I'm doing the things that I'm about to do during a day. And it just gives me that little bit more time in silence with myself, which is something that I crave as an introvert. So I will read through each of my devotionals, just kind of taking in whatever message it has for me for the day. And then I will just take a second and close my eyes, try to center myself, do my little meditation situation, think about how good the coffee tastes, how grateful I am to be alive and sober another day, and just really try to set my nervous system up for the best possible outcome. I am a naturally anxious and sometimes a depressive leaning person, and doing this morning routine is definitely something I've noticed has made a huge change in my life. There's a lot of other stuff that went into it, but I have other videos that kind of cover that. But this is something that I do now to continue that healing process. Then I normally try to take a second and just brain dump. So this is going to be prayers that I have, things that I'm thinking about in reference to other people, intentions that I would like to have for the day or the week. Just, again, something that's setting me up to remember what the important stuff is so that all the non-important stuff can seem less big. And then once I'm done with that, it is time to jump into the day. I normally like to go take a peek at the garden first thing, just to make sure I don't need to grab any tomatoes, just to kind of luxuriate in the sounds as well, and just try again. I'm trying to set my morning up where I'm focused on the things that I need to be focused on. And generally just getting outside, even if it's just this once when I'm doing it in the morning to check on everything, is really good for me. But it just brings me so much joy to come out here, look at different things, be able to see new stuff growing, and again, just putting myself in a position where I can be in awe of the world around me. Then I need to get some breakfast in my system. This particular day, I decided to eat eggs. And as you can tell from the clock behind us here, we are definitely a little bit later in the day. This morning was not one where I got up super early, but I still try to do my morning routine. Even if I get up really late, it really does help. And I was starving. So these are some eggs from our local friends here, and they sell these at the Nourished Market on Washington Street. So grateful to have them until we get chickens of our own. I'm just gonna throw some butter in a pan, scramble some eggs up, and I did bring in some chives from the garden. I realized that they were getting squirrely and out of control, and they taste absolutely delicious on eggs. At least that's my opinion. So I am a very dry scrambled egg person. I know Luke really likes his eggs wet and soupy, and that is just not my thing. I have tried it. I do not like it. I am not a sunny side up egg person really either. If I fry my eggs, I do like them more over medium or over hard. So my scrambled eggs are definitely going to be a lot more solid than Luke's would be. And then I just kind of chop up some chives on here. I don't think there's really any right or wrong way to do this, but it's just the perfect little freshness on top of these, and I really need to remember to do this more often. I swear this breakfast nook has been the absolute best place that we thought out in this house. This banquette is heavily used. Luke and I eat here all the time. The cat is always here. It is such a wonderful place that people really gravitate towards. And then after putting the television here, I was kind of worried it would ruin the magic, but it makes us spend even more time here. I'm normally catching up on a YouTube video or watching some very light news, some kind of recap of some sort. But the majority of the time I really am just catching up on all the YouTube videos that I haven't had time to watch. And I really enjoy having this time just for me and shoving some protein into my body, and gets me revved up and ready to tackle everything else I need to get done. Okay, so now that the morning is out of the way, it is time for me to deal with this. So this is first on my order of operations so that it can be clean and it can dry while I'm doing other stuff, because this is the seat in my office and one of my wonderful cats decided she needed to throw up on it. So I am using the Bissell little green machine. It's probably the best cleaning tool that I have ever bought. I would highly recommend if you've got pets, kids, whatever. It's amazing. So we're gonna do this and then we'll see what we get up to from there. And just like that, it's done. So now I just let this dry and jump into all of the myriad of reorganizing things I have to do. So as you can tell, it's an absolute wreck in here. First off, what I always like to do if I'm cleaning something where I know it's got a lot of things in there that don't belong in there or need to be stored somewhere else, I'm gonna get it all out first. So everything that doesn't live in here and isn't gonna live in here comes out. And then I can focus on organizing everything that's in here. And then I can put everything away that isn't in here anymore. I hope that makes sense. Let me pull you down a little bit more. Okay, so I need to pack up the 4th of July stuff, and I wanted to show you guys how I keep track of the actual boxes, because there's a lot. And if I'm looking for something, it makes it so much easier to use this app that I found, pay for this with my own money. It's called Boxes, I think. Yes, it's called Boxes. So you just go in here, you create a box, you can put every single item in there as you're packing it, which is what I'm about to do. You can say if it's heavy, fragile, hazardous, temperature sensitive, expensive, all of that. And then you can create a QR code for it that links to a photo of what is inside. So and you print off a label, and basically if I scan that QR code, it's going to pull up the box, a picture of what's inside, the list of everything without me having to even open the lid. It's amazing, it's game changing. So I need to do that with the 4th of July stuff. And then I need to fold up all of the tablecloths, because I don't really like to pack tablecloths away, especially if they can be used throughout the summer or for different things. Just like the Easter napkins that I had, I use them for Easter and they are yellow and white stripes, but I can still use them for other things. So I like to keep them down here. They'll probably go on one of the shelves above the fridges if I have any more room in there. As you saw, they're kind of getting filled up. But regardless, they're gonna go on this floor somewhere rather than in a specific holiday box. That way I can continue to use them as I need them. So yeah, I'm gonna get to packing this stuff up. Luke will have to help me get the big flag from up there later. Problem for another time. But yeah, I really love it, and I love the fact that I can have a picture, a whole list of everything that's in there, because situations like the one I'm about to describe happen to me all the time prior to this. So when I was on Facebook Marketplace looking for like on sale 4th of July stuff, since the 4th has passed already, I recognized this pattern on a piece of stoneware, and I still kind of want to buy it. But anyway, it jogged a memory about the fact that I have a pie plate that has like stars and stripes. It's red, white, and blue, and it's a particular, I think it's a Dutch or an Eastern European type of pottery, and it's this particular pattern and I was really drawn to it. I found it at an antique store and I have no idea where it is. I have an inkling that it is mixed in with the Halloween tapestry that I got sent to the P.O. box and a couple of other random holiday things that didn't have a labeled box. I think I put them all in a box and then I put them in the attic, which is a no-no. I should have known I didn't need to do that. But I think that's where it is, but I haven't gone to the attic and checked. So when I take this box up to the attic, I can check and then I can put it into the box, add a new photo. So yeah, gotta get this done. That way the living area is going to be mostly cleared of all of the 4th of July stuff. And then hopefully I can get to working on my office and clearing that out. Again, cleaning one mess means making another one. So the garage is an absolute hellscape, to put it lightly. That is gonna need a huge organization and we haven't really had permanent places for everything to live yet. So part of this process is us figuring out, okay, where is this gonna live permanently? I have a huge package from Epic Gardening that is showing up today. So it's a huge bundle. I've really scoured their website and did some research about seed starting and the size of the seed starting cells and pots and trays and all of that so that I can be ready come August. Well, I guess technically it could be a little later in fall too, but in the fall and the winter. And then starting seeds in sometimes some seeds are in December, some seeds are in January, some seeds are in February, yada, yada, yada. But having a place set up where I can start seeds in the garage, since I don't have a greenhouse yet, it would be really nice. I think that would ease my mind a lot to have it already set up, have a place for all those things to live, have a place for all the gardening bits to live, and it'll be a little more accessible for me because there's just a bunch of crap in the way right now. And then finding a place for all of that crap to go, whether that's in the attic or stored in a closet or whatever. Focusing on the task at hand, let's get all the 4th of July stuff up. Okay, so basically you can see here I've got a list of everything, where it's at, which attic it's in, and then I can put a photo of everything. So if I do find that pie plate, then I can just retake the photo and it'll attach it on here. But I want to create a label, space, number, QR code, attributes, contents, so I can actually move. Aha, very interesting. So you can really customize the labels on here. I've never thought to do that. So if I wanted to print it off my label printer that I have, I could just create a 4x6 one and just kind of add everything on here. But I think, so I'm just gonna print it just like this. So then you'll see it populates it down here and then I'm just gonna print it off and use packing tape to stick it on the front of this bin. All right, so I got a bunch of stuff. So let's start with these. These are the 6 cell. So this is what they look like. They're 6 cell. They got holes in the bottom so you can shove your finger in there and get these bad boys out. I got a whole stack of those. Then I got quite a few of these 16 cell trays. Same thing. They've got the hole in the bottom so you can push it out. These are so sturdy. I don't think I've ever felt a seed tray quality like this so far. So I got quite a few of those. Then I got a big stack of 4 cells. So same idea, there's 4 cells. Oh yeah, put those over there. And then a big old stack of trays. So this is only a few of them. I think I got 10 trays. So these are all Epic trays by American Tray Company. Now, I'm assuming that the American Tray Company means that they're made in America, but I am not sure on that. I will confirm with them. I also got one of these sets that included these little germination covers for the plants. So I've got some for the 16 cell, some for the huge honker one cells. This is for the, I think these are for the 6 cell. It's hard to tell. I have instructions, I will be reading. And then the last trays that I got are these honkers for if I want to really get some plants started. So normally like tomato plants and stuff like that, as far as I can understand, you do want them to be pretty established before you plant them out in your garden. So these are just big pots. So I would, you know, theoretically probably start the tomatoes in a 4-cell tray or a 6-cell tray. And then as they get bigger, I would then separate each plant out into their own pot so that I can let them mature enough before I put them out there in the garden. So I got a whole bunch of those because I figured these are dually useful, because if I just want to pot something up, I've also got plenty of them. And as plants mature and I need something to put them in and they may not be ready to go outside yet, these are a good option. I think that's what the rest of these are. Yep. So yeah, I think I have enough seed starting trays now. These are quite a few. Yeah, it says made in the USA on the other side of this for Epic Gardening. So I'm super grateful to them. I have an affiliate code with them. If you guys would like to use it for money off, you are welcome to do so. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen and I'll put it in the description below. I was really looking for some sturdy trays that weren't from Amazon that would last me a couple of years. I want to try soil blocking as well, but I figured I needed a really good base layer if I wanted to be starting things from seeds in the fall. So I think I'm pretty set now. I'm so stoked. I can't wait to clean the garage and have a really nice clean area to put these. So let's get started. Well, I'm a little bit sweaty, but we got it done. There is a tiny bit more left to do as far as like organizing. I need to bring the new trays and everything out here to put on the shelving. I probably want to anchor the shelving to the wall so it doesn't tip over. It's secure for now because I can adjust the feet. But yeah, probably a little more organizing, but wow. I am pretty impressed with myself, if I do say. And it is very clean in here now. There is a lot of room to walk around. This whole area is completely usable. Things are stored appropriately. Gardening area is wonderful. I still want to figure out where to put like this stuff. This is a dry erase board that will probably get hung right here once the shelving unit moves to the barbershop. That is for another day. But this is where all of the plant situation will happen. And then these are the extra cushions. Or not extra, these are the cushions for the outdoor dining table out there, and then the hammock. I want to find a better way to store those, but for now, that's where they're gonna live, and that's totally okay. So I am going to go inside and cool off, but I am really thrilled with the state of the garage now. Super stoked. I'm glad I did it. I had the motivation, so I did it. I don't normally have a whole lot of motivation, but I think that means that whatever I'm doing as far as supplements and all of that is working. So that is good. It could be placebo, who knows, but I was willing to stay out here for 2 hours and completely clean and reorganize my garage. So thank you for joining me. I hope that this empowers you, especially if you are a woman. You can do hard things. You can do all the things. Wear appropriate clothing. I'm probably not wearing appropriate clothing to be sweating this much in, but I did it and I feel very good. I feel alive. That's what Luke asked me when he came out here. Do you feel alive? Do you feel accomplished? I'm like, yes. Yes, I do feel alive and accomplished. So yeah, everything's all ready to go. I'm gonna go visit my mom tomorrow for her birthday. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. That's all folks for now, and thanks for joining me today. Bye.